everyone, it's Raid Kitty, and I'm here with my Raid Kitty S'mores, and today we're playing City Skylines. We're back in CollabTown, New England, or Northeast build, where I am hopefully going to be completing my fairground. So, some things I did while I was off camera. I, once again, shrunk the park. So if you remember last time, all of this parking was all the way out here. Instead, I removed the stadium and put the parking back in. I then moved the gate. I redid all the fencing, and on all four sides, I moved this highway a little closer. I had huge gaps on each side, and I honestly just don't think that's needed. Another thing I did is I added a secondary entrance off this highway for people to enter and exit. I did add another toll road. Initially I did not, and the traffic coming in here was quite heavy. I think that's about it. I did move the hot air balloons. I moved one right here and one right there. And I think that is basically what I did. So what we are going to get done today is, oh no, crime rate is high. Okay, it got fixed. Oh, and I also went through and fixed all these roads. I want to make sure that they're still going to get the goods. See, there's still like cars spawning, but I think that they're just left over from when I was on pause. So I want to make sure, see the car spawning there too. What in the world? So I think they can still take it out of their pockets, but they can't go anywhere. Strange. I was really hoping these pedestrian paths would automatically have everything off, but they don't. Oh, let's get rid of this one too. Awesome. Well, that looks like everything. So what we're going to do today is we're going to create a horse racetrack here. And then we're going to create the concert venue with the main stages here. So let's go ahead and get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get everything running so we keep getting money and I stop spending money like I have it. The next thing I'm going to do is move this concert venue. So I do want it at the end. I think by the beer garden would be a nice place. So let's go ahead and rotate this. I'm going to move it and then we'll put a road in and make it complete so it has some road access. So I want some room. Okay. So I'm thinking about doing two different things. I was thinking if I wanted to have two different stages, because I'm thinking about like a Renaissance fair or fair like that this is not entirely going to be really loud music all the time. This could be other things. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and add a second one. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. I'm hoping that'll copy the name. Oops, I put two on top of each other. Let's not do that. No, it did not copy the name. And then I just changed it to the letter D, which is not a name. Secondary. Okay, so now we have our two stages. And I want to go ahead and move. I'll actually add those back in later. I want to delete these roads because I don't need them right now. I think I'm going to keep this road because I'm going to need that road. Oh, you know what I didn't do here is I did not touch this to change that path. So I'm going to use the network multi-tool. We're going to unlock that. And we'll lock it back up. Perfect. These roads just confuse me. I don't quite understand them. They're really starting to kind of make me a little upset because I just don't understand how they work apparently. So if you know how to better make these work so people stop pulling cars out of their pockets, let me know. Oh my goodness, look at this puppy. Oh, he's such a good boy. He's following. Oh, good boy. Okay. Now that I've been distracted thoroughly, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to place no road access. So we're going to have to place a road. So I'm going to take a pedestrian path and we're just going to put it right across there. Perfect. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I notice I put this a little close, so let's back this off. Ooh, there's a lot of nodes right there. Let's see what happens if we delete a node. Perfect, much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this in, and I'm just gonna anarchy that in. So perfect. So now we have our two main stages. I am not quite sure how I feel about the road being right there, but I think it's going to be okay. So now that we have our two main stages, let's go ahead and add some... I'm kind of envisioning like Coachella, which I've never been to and not really seen many pictures of. Coachella. All right, let's look at some images. Basically, I'm imagining it's like a music festival where lots of people are going to come. You have people who are going to want to hang out here and do stuff there. You're going to want to have people hanging out here and doing stuff there. And then there's just places for people to hang out and relax and listen to music. So the way I imagine Coachella is different than apparently it is, or at least from the 6 or 7 pictures I got to see. So I don't really want camping, but I think the little like lean-to shelters would be kind of cool. I don't really want hunting cabins. I kind of wish they didn't have fire pits. I had so much envision for this area, and now it's just a little... Oh yeah, see, we're having goods issues. No, not enough customers. Okay. Not enough customers, as long as it's not good issues, it's not a problem. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just place these anyway, because I think they're gonna look really cool. So let's place some lean-to shelters. I want to leave a little bit of room when I'm placing these shelters so that people can actually like stand and watch on their own without needing to rent or buy or bring any of these things, you know? I'm also going to place a couple tents. Small tents. Again, kind of the same thing as I want people to be able to stand, maybe lay down a towel, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh, that's looking really cute. Okay. 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 And now to avoid the pedestrian paths, we're going to run actual paths along. So that'll hopefully clear that axis up. And let's just run some nice paths along here. You know what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I do have the... Yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm using Surface Painter to basically make these paths invisible. Because I want people to actually be able to cross, but I don't necessarily want it visible. So what I'm doing is I'm using this clipping tool, and I'm left clicking it in order to get rid of it. So if you look, if I right click, it brings it back. It's still there and people are going to use it, but it's not going to be visible, which is great. I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here, is give people some path access and then remove it from sight, because unlike Sims, we do in fact not always walk on the paths. All right, so we have some people who are set up to watch this show, and we have some people that are set up to watch this show, And we got lots of room in the middle where I'm thinking I'm gonna place some vendors. So let's go ahead and go into our parks. Go down, we're gonna place a couple of these grills. I'm thinking I'm gonna place a couple facing each side so people don't have to go very far. I'm gonna go down here, we're gonna place a couple of pop shops. Maybe an ice cream truck. Nice. I'm gonna place some tables in the middle. Perfect. Okay, so I think that I can do a little bit more detailing later. So for now, we're gonna leave that as is. I feel like we've created the very bare bones of a concert center. So the next thing I wanna do is I wanna create a horse racetrack. And I know it's not gonna be to scale, and I think that's okay. So we're gonna extend the road here. And I'm actually gonna bring this node using Move It over a little bit towards the parking lot to give us plenty of space. All right, so you've seen we've run this gravel path along here, and I think that that's a great pathway to kind of have our keep angle on. Not that angle's gonna do anything at the moment. Keep our racetrack on. So I think horses race on grass. Okay, I was wrong. I looked it up. There are some that race on grass, but a lot of them race on dirt. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to start by drawing using the riding stable fence. I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to try and make it an oval. So let's give this a shot. Things that I should have tried before. Oh, it's because this is not a network. Okay. So unfortunately, the riding stable fence is not going to work unless... Ooh, idea. Light bulb. Light bulb moment. So I am going to use the riding stable fence. And I am going to create a circle. But I'm going to take just part of the circle and move it down as the side of the racetrack. See what I'm saying? And then we're gonna make a copy, and we're gonna flip it and hope it lines up. We can always move it later. So now I'm gonna take the long one, and we're going to click there. I want to drag. Oops. I'm gonna click on this fence. I'm gonna drag it along. Almost perfect. Look at that. Nothing a little move it won't fix. Actually, I'm just gonna try it one more time, and then I'll settle with move it. Okay, it's a lot better. We'll zoom in. Okay, I can deal with that little teeny tiny gap by just placing another fence that no one has to know about. Awesome. So now, same thing on this side. Oh my goodness, I am very close to crying tears of joy if this actually connects. So we're gonna do this. We'll bring that all the way down. Okay. Then we're gonna add one. How does it look from above? Other than the fact that it kind of goes away, I think it looks pretty darn good. Okay. Now the question is, set X and Y position. Okay. So with the horse racetracks, they have a smaller, very similar sized, or similar shaped, smaller interior fence. So I keep removing the image I've been looking at, which I have to say is pretty cool. It's like a futuristic New Mexico track that is just an idea where there's a golf course and pool and stuff in the middle. And then there's a tram that races around the outside to follow the horses. I think that's kind of cool. I would never do it. I would be terrified, but I think it's kind of cool. Okay. So I'm trying to think. Technically, okay. So what we're going to do is I could redraw it, but what I'm thinking is I can just take an even number of segments here, and we're just gonna move it to a, ooh, that's a little funky. You see that? That's not great. Okay. Not great. I wish Move It had a scale tool. But I know why it doesn't, because it's not Photoshop or Illustrator. So, I wonder if I just have one too many of these. I still have a couple too many. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove. Okay, that's getting a little better. So I think, you know what? I'm just gonna do this one by hand. We're gonna eyeball it, but I am gonna take these straight pieces. Well, eyeball the curve. I'm gonna take these straight pieces, and that'll help me kind of decide how far I want the track to run. I guess I'm just imagining horses are a lot bigger than they are, or the scale in this game is slightly off. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, maybe. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and we are going to attempt to recreate this curve with the curve road tool. Not the best, not the worst. Nothing a little Move It can't fix. And I'm actually just gonna copy this over to the other side. Again, it's not perfect, but I don't want to continue trying and end up ruining what I have. So I think I'm just gonna call it good enough for government work. Oh my gosh, look at how cool this is. I'm so excited. Okay, so the next thing, I'm so excited. Look how cool this is. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is place some gravel. Okay, I am really liking this, and I don't imagine horses ever racing in the dark, so I don't think we're gonna need lights in this particular arena. The reason I put lights in these other arenas is because you could do things like bull riding, roping, things like that that you could do at night. So now I'd like to set up. We're gonna pretend that they're already racing, so there's no need for a gate question mark. As you can tell, I'm very, very knowledgeable about horses, all things horses. Horses all day, every day. Never loved horses more a day in my life. Okay. We're going to pretend that they're already racing. They don't have a gate currently, so let's get our horses out. As you can see, they're quite in the racing position. I don't want to be... Oops. Perfect. As you can see, they're quite in the racing position. They are standing completely and utterly still. I'm going to put one trailing behind. And... way out front. Perfect. Or way behind. Kind of depends how you look at it. Awesome. Well, I think from a general standpoint, this is done. And I think in general... Oh, crap. Oh, no. Building is abandoned because there were no customers. Okay, well, I wasn't having that issue. Oops. Okay. People apparently just don't want to come shopping, and it stinks because it's not like I can turn these buildings off, right? So it's not like I can just say, hey, forget about it, I want you there, but you're not gonna run. We're just gonna have a dilapidated farmer's market. Okay, well, I just don't want to make them all props. I like the idea of these. These are much cuter than any prop I can find or have or make. I don't know what changed. People still visiting my park? Can they still access it? Yeah, I mean, my income's gone down. People are still visiting. There's just so much to do that I don't think they want to go shopping. All right, well, we're just gonna... Perfect, we're ignoring the problem. No, just kidding. I'll figure out what's going on later. So I think I'm going to do some detailing because overall, I think that this is pretty good. I want to add a couple things up here, and I want to fill out this park, but I think that Market District aside, this is really coming along. And I'm excited to get... Oops, well, don't zoom out too far because... Oh, geez. Yeah, it's the most raggedy racetrack I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god, don't zoom out so far that the props disappear. You're going to be vastly disappointed in the symmetry of my racetrack. Okay, focus. All right, so we're going to detail. And I'll be back once it's done. All right, well, I don't even want to know how many years have passed while I've been just detailing this fairground, but I have to say it is probably one of the favorite things I've ever done. I've put in so much love and so much attention to detail, and I played with assets and props and their meanings, and I I really like how it turned out. So I use the fairy line signs as like a schedule of what's going on. I added some smoke markers to the grill, other than the fact that it kind of looks like it's on fire. It's actually like smoking as if it's... I guess I could have probably done steam instead of smoke, but we're just not going to worry about it. We had big boards here. We decorated so much stuff. I mean, we put in a lot of trees. We put in down the main thoroughfare. Again, all of our grills are on fire. But we added a ton of little shops, and I added kettle corn, cotton candy stands in the middle. And I think that this build is so cool, minus the fact that it's probably like several miles wide. But, you know, no one has to know unless they want to. Ooh, this kind of got congested. That's interesting. Well, hopefully it doesn't cause too much of an issue. One of the last things I wanted to do was show it to you guys at night. I think the nighttime looks pretty cool. I did spend some time, oops, not day-night cycle, nighttime. I did spend some time making sure that it's lit up as close to properly as I can get it. There are some areas that are dark, but that's going to be in more of the foresty area. So I just think that this is one impressive large fairground. And with that, friends, we're going to end it with a full moon and some fireworks looking over the London Eye. I hope you really enjoyed this build. I had a wonderful time doing it. I'm getting ready to hand it off to Joy Build Cities. He's going to do a little farmer's market. And then Cup of Joe and Bella Gem are going to take over and continue adding wonderful things to this build. I hope everyone had a great time. If you did, feel free to leave me a like. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you have any suggestions, feedback, notice something I did wrong, just let me know. And if you're interested in seeing my desert build or any of my other videos, click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get all of my notifications, which will tell you when my next video is. I'll see you guys all next time.